So watch this now. Here's the signs of stress overload. Get ready. Decision making becomes difficult. Both major and minor decisions become a bad thing. Increased or excessive daydream about getting away from it all. Calgon, taking me away. Increased use of cigarettes, alcohol, tranquilizers, or uppers. Thoughts trail off while speaking or writing. That just trailed off, okay. Excessive worrying about things. Sudden outbursts of temper and hostility. Paranoid ideas and mistrust of friends and family. Forgetfulness for appointments, deadlines, and dates. Frequent spells of brooding and feeling of inadequacy. Reversals in your usual behavior. Now, if you find yourself right here again, all it takes is one. But if you find yourself here multiple times, it's time to take a stress break. Amen? Because let me just tell you something. Have you ever seen that frog in the blender? It was a messy thing. Anybody ever seen a frog explode? It's a messy thing. I think DC and Danny put an air hose in one time and blew it. Whatever they did to it, they blew up a frog. Amen. That was a messy thing. And then when Mama got a hold of it, it was even more messy. Amen. So now, here we go. What do you do if you answered one, just one, of the last two slides? What do you do? One! Just one! Not including 4 or 5 or 6. Just one. Somebody say just one.
Just one.
But stress is like Lay's potato chips. No one can eat just one. Usually going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 on that list. So here it goes. First, you got to recognize something. Here's what you got to recognize. You got to recognize the aggravating aspects of your job in your life. Just think about it. You got to think about these things. You say, well, is that being negative? No, this is being very positive. Think about the aggravating aspects of your job in your life. Then you ask God to give you some discernment. Y'all heard the serenity prayer. God grant me the courage to change what I can and to deal with things I can, or change things I can, things I can't. Just learn to live with them and give me the wisdom to understand the difference. So you ask God, what can I change? And then God, after you tell me this is something I can't change, give me the ability to change it. But whatever I cannot change, give me the ability to deal with it. Suck it up, so to speak. I know most guys are going to just suck it up. Amen? Deal with it. So first, recognize there's things in our life that really do get to our nerves. Amen? How many can say you're sitting by? No, I'm sorry. The guys all looked down when I said that. I said, how many consider sitting by that? And all of a sudden, all the guys went. That's a good move, fellas. Identify your emotional needs in all of this. Here's the problem. You're so busy trying to help others, and you're so busy trying to get it done that you don't take care of yourself. When you're on an airplane and the airplane starts going down, what's the first thing they tell you to do? Put on an oxygen mask. And they tell you what, put your oxygen mask on before you go help anybody. Because if you don't put your oxygen mask on first, you're not going to survive long enough to help anybody else. So it's important that you recognize there's some emotional needs and then find ways to meet it. Now here's one. This one here is a hard one for several people. Me at times too. Get ready. Come on everybody, where you at? Everybody have a turn it off. Oh, there it is. Practice listening. You know, it's more relaxing than talking. It's just listening. Just practice listening. You don't always have to be talking. You don't always have to have the answer. You know, if you're a fix-it person, in your mind, as soon as you start hearing something, all of a sudden your mind just starts talking about, here's the problem, and here's the solution. And sometimes if you're not careful, you're not even listening to them. You're just waiting for them to take a breath so you can tell how to fix it. You know, it's aggravating when I'm hurting and I go talk to somebody and they're not listening to me. They just wait for me to be quiet long enough so they can tell me how to fix it. So sometimes just listen. Just listen. It's amazing what it can do. And then finally, watch this. Be sensitive to change. See, sense the change coming, make adjustments, and then make your changes manageable. If you don't, they'll become insurmountable. Now that's pretty cool. That's just some just common things that we learn about. We're going to the Bible now. We're going to go here and we're going to check this out. There's 5 stress reducers, 5 ways to get over stress. You see, you can't stop some of the things that's happening in your life. You cannot stop it. There's no way. There's certain things happening to you. There's things happening to you this morning. There's going to be things happening this afternoon. There's going to be phone calls. There's going to be things you got to do. There's things on your job. You cannot change it. So remember, you are to listen, learn how to deal with the change. So here we go. Here it is. Here's Paul. And Paul, just what we just read, he's going to help us. So I'm going to be quick about it. If I don't get quick about it, don't stress out. Ready? You'll be able to remember these because it's just they're all with R's, okay? R and R. How many like to have some R and R? Okay, you're getting ready to get some. Ready? Look. Number 1, rejoice in the presence of the Lord. Stress gets you so bound up, it gets you so out of focus that you even forget to praise God. You'll forget this stuff. You'll forget all of this. You'll be under the gun, and all of a sudden now you're just thinking about yourself. You're only thinking about your own mind, your own will, your own way to get out of this, making your own plans. How am I going to get through this, God? David, you got to figure this out. No. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. So, see what she is. Didn't say, look, don't rejoice in your circumstances. There's things that happen I don't like. I have preached on how many funerals lately and or weddings, and sometimes both at the same time. Just if y'all listening. I've preached a bunch of funerals and a bunch of weddings. And you know what? I see that the circumstances are not good, the funerals. Go to the hospital, go places, go work with somebody, and you go to help somebody. And the job I have, I didn't know this when the Lord put me in this kind of work. I had no idea. It's like when I was a chaplain, on-call chaplain at Pipmore Hospital. And that night I ministered to 56, 57 people in one night from 8 at night to 8 in the morning. And dealt with 5, 6, 7 deaths. You know, people never called me. They say, can you come help us rejoice? We just had a baby born. Can you come over and help us celebrate some good news? No, they always call me. Code Blues. They always call me at death. They call me when somebody was trying to make major decisions about surgeries, or if they were just told they were going to die, and I'd have to go minister to these people. And not only that there was always bad news, but when I got there, I had to do it on the spot. I didn't even know these people. So I had to get this stuff. I had to trust God to give me wisdom along the way so when I walked in the room, I could do something effectively. You say, again, very seldom hear good news. Some of y'all are hearing your job right now. Very seldom do you hear the good stuff. You're always hearing bad stuff. Especially if you're a fix-it person or a person that's in the middle of something, you know, and you're always trying to get things moving, you're always hearing bad stuff. And so if you're not careful, you'll begin to be circumstance-oriented, and you'll forget about God. We can't be circumstance-oriented. Circumstances can be negative, they can be positive, but God is always the same. So I don't rejoice in my circumstances, but I rejoice because nothing can separate me from the presence of God, no matter how bad. No matter how bad. You see, this is pretty cool right here. He says, let your moderation be known unto all men, the Lord is at hand. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean the second coming of the Lord's coming. You know what it means? It means that the Lord is here. He's with me. I love that song we just sang, and it said, He stands in the fire beside me. I can be riding down the road and that song come on, and sometimes I have to pull over to the side of the road because I'm singing that song where it says He stands in the fire beside me. I get so choked up it tears me up. DC told me the other day it tears him up too. When you hear He stands in the fire beside me, He don't necessarily quench it, but He don't run from it either. So here it is. Paul knew he was not in prison alone, but he was in there with the Lord. Isn't that awesome? You see, no matter where you are, how dark the road, how dismal the prison, how big the problem, Jesus is always there. He says, I'll never leave you and I'll never forsake you. This joy should be continual, not sometimes, because he's always with me. You've heard me talk about this a few times. I'm going to try to take it from a different angle this time.